Alright, Gloomy Galleon, let's go. So, right at the beginning, there's a lot of places where you can refill your oranges here, because there's 6 oranges at the start of the level, and you do multiple void outs that take you back to the beginning of the level during this, level. So yeah, you can fill up on oranges here if you're not feeling confident on your count. 16 is a good count. Anything over 10, I would consider a fine orange count. Anyways, you want to go off to your right here, and then take out your gun and shoot these 2 switches, because we're going to need to open this gate for later. You can primate punch into that cutscene just to get some extra distance, but it doesn't matter that much. Alright, so just navigate your way through this tunnel, and we're going to go off to the right here into the hollow ship and get the chest, golden banana in the chest. So right when you turn this corner, you want to throw an orange, just so you can kill these 2 guys so they don't troll you. Then open up this chest. So right here is another thing, another optional instrument that you can get, because Chunky has some pretty bad Kasplats, namely the one in Gloomy Galleon, which is this level, and the one in Crystal Caves. Those can be really bad Kasplats. So what I like to do sometimes here is just open that chest and get these headphones, so I can just play my instrument and get rid of them really quickly. But that's optional, you don't have to do that, but that's just something I do for consistency. Alright, anyways. So we're gonna come up to this cannon. And remember, when you exit a cannon, remember to hold Z, because when you land out of a cannon and you're not holding Z, there's going to be this really long animation of Chunky, like, brushing himself off and getting up. But if you're holding Z when you go into a cannon, then you'll just be crouching instead of having that slow animation play. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Go across these vines. It's very important that you tag Warp 3, so make sure you tag Warp 3. You're going to need that later, so... Warp 3, tag the warp. Okay, anyways. So now we're just going to navigate over here to Puftoss. So the movement I like to do is I like to jump to the one where the middle green banana is, and then just jump to the portal itself. That's the most, that's the easiest movement I can do that's fast. Also, it just, I guess prevents falling here, I guess. Because falling here is not really optimal, because you have to go all the way back up and take the cannon again, and it's really slow. So yeah, that's what I like to do, just to not fall, just to have a sort of a set idea of what I'm gonna do. Alright, so this boss is Puftoss. So this boss is gonna require a little bit of explanation, so let me just pull up my patterns for Puftoss really quick here. Alright, so Puftoss. Alright, so Puftoss is he's a big pufferfish, and what he likes to do is, how you damage him is there's these certain gates that you go through that are all around in this sort of circular arena, and you have to hit 5 of them to hit one phase. He has 5 phases, just like Mad Jack does, and so you have to hit 5 of them. And so they're all unlike Mad Jack, where these spawn is not random. They're all in the same set places. So yeah, so I have like where the patterns are here. So the patterns that always show up, so each number represents how many gates you should hit per direction you're going, and each little dash in the middle represents a change in direction. So you want to start every single Puftoss phase facing counterclockwise, and then you want to end every Puftoss phase, except for the 4th one, clockwise. So you want to only end the 4th one counterclockwise. So yeah, so you always start clockwise, so that means you collect, for the first one, for example, you collect 1 of them clockwise, then you collect 3 of them, you collect the first one counterclockwise, collect the next 3 of them clockwise, and then the last one counterclockwise again. So you want to, and then remember to turn yourself around after that one, so you can end clockwise like you're supposed to. So yeah, even though I have these patterns here for you, it is still helpful to understand where these gates are. So I would recommend watching a really good Puftoss. So watch a two doses Puftoss PB and business Puftoss PB, which are both really good Puftosses, just so you know where the gates are and stuff and what you should be looking for. I'll link those in the description of the video. So yeah, but now that you know what to do, let's just get into this boss. So we're gonna have to ledge clip here as Chunky. I find the method where he's facing to be much more consistent as Chunky, but again, do whatever strat you want. Chunky is harder to ledge clip with Shiny because has such a big and like really weird hitbox. Come on, come on. Oh my god. All right, this is bad. All right, now we're in. Let's go. All right, so remember, start counterclockwise and counterclockwise except for phase 4. So yeah, it's still, again, it's useful to memorize where they are. Alright, also there is an unfortunate game crash that can happen here. Sometimes there's so much lag on phase 4, and it can crash your game. So it's really unfortunate when that happens, but it's a very, very small chance of it happening. It doesn't happen that often. Also, getting hit by Puftoss is just a fact that you're going to have to get over. Like, he'll always hit you at some point, pretty much. It's very rare where he doesn't hit you at all for the whole fight. He can be super irritating with that sometimes, but, you know, it's hard to get a good Puftoss. Like, an optimal Puftoss is like in the 150 range of N64 and the 140 range on Virtual Console. But, yeah, again, it's really hard. So, yeah, if you want to see Puftoss world records for, like, individual world records, then, look at Kiwi Killer's PB and Business PB for this fight. So yeah, I got hit a lot on that one phase. Also, remember to hold R while you're doing Puftoss because you will turn way faster. And yeah, that's just something you want to do because it'll help you make these tight turns like easier. So sort of like how if you've ever played Banjo before, like how you hold R and it helps you turn faster when you're swimming, sort of like that. Again, I am not the person to watch if you want to watch good bosses. I'll link some in the description of this video again. But yeah, so just know that I'm not, like, the cream of the crop. Oh my god. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, I'm doing a great job at exposing, like, you know, what you're supposed to do with Puftoss. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Please. Alright. Whatever. But yeah. So it's a pretty self-explanatory fight once you know what to do and once you know where the gates are. It's not that painful, but getting hit is really frustrating, for me at least. Missing gates is also a really irritating thing. Yeah, because like it's really hard to control where you're going when you get hit. Also, you can sort of position yourself so that like you're facing Puftoss when when you hit the last one on phase 5, so that the key spawns, you know, closer to you. Because the key spawns right where Puftoss explodes after this cutscene, so if you can get closer to that, then the faster your fight's gonna be. So you can like land right on the key if you do it correctly, but I did not do it correctly, so yeah. But anyways, that was Puftoss. It's a fairly short fight, much more consistent than Magic, but a lot of people dislike it, and I dislike it too, but you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, now we're going to do a pretty cool clip. So, what we can do here is get out of bounds on this TNS portal. But you might be thinking, well, the TNS portal's gone. We just beat Puftoss. But turns out that the frame of the Trophenscope portal is still there even when it despawns. And we can use that frame to get out of bounds. So what we can do here is you kind of want to get on the left side of like where the frame would be, sort of the left side of this little platform area, and then just backflip and hold up. And so you can see how we landed on the frame and we got out of bounds. So be wary of this out of bounds section. Like, the void zones in Galleon are notoriously close. So just stay really, really close to the inside of the, so stay really close to the level. So for this out of bounds, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get into the big 5-door ship area here as Chunky from out of bounds, so we don't have to open the gate as Diddy. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this out of bounds. So you want to be like parallel with the room, sort of facing towards it. So kind of like this angle. I'm going to try to get it a little better here. So like, yeah, like right here, maybe a little bit more to the right. So this is what you want. So then from here, you're just going to hold forward, just sort of keep in touch with the level a little bit. Maybe just face towards the level a little bit. And so when you deload like this, when it's completely invisible, just press C up, and the level should load right back in. And so then from here, remember to stay close to the level again. Sort of navigate your way around out of bounds, and then right when you're by Cranky's here, you just want to go... Oh, crap. Oops. You're not supposed to lose height there. That was my bad. You don't have to do that. So that means you just went too close to Cranky's. But yeah, once you're right here by Cranky's, just want to turn around and then long jump. You just want to face like exactly away from Cranky's and just long jump once or twice, and you should wind up here. So yeah, now that you've done that out of bounds, we're gonna swim over here and get Chunky's Splat. But yeah, just keep practicing that out of bounds to sort of see, you know, where the void zone is and, you know, how to avoid it. It does take a little bit of practice. So yeah, we can use our instrument here to prevent this Splat being a troll and like shockwaving us off. If you don't want to get the instrument, then you can just shoot him here from the edge, or you can just go up there and then have a little brawl with him. But yeah, I just find the instrument to be more consistent. The instrument is slower, by the way, but yeah, that's just the most consistent strat that I use. Anyways, tag Tiny and that tag barrel, and we're gonna go head over to 5-door ship. So Tiny's is the one on the far left side. So it'll have a little number on it. It says number 5 on the gate. So yeah, Tiny's is number 5. All right, so we're gonna swim through vertical walls into hers. Remember to angle yourself a little bit right for that swim through vertical walls, because sometimes the gates can be a little annoying with how you swim into them. Alright, so here, the golden banana is going to be like in the middle, like on the z-axis, is sort of in the middle of the ceiling and the floor. And so you sort of want to position yourself a little bit. You don't want to go into C-up and be all slow like I am doing with this. But you just want to be a little bit, you just want to sort of line it up so you don't go over it or under it. Also, the starfish who just passed me, his name is Patrick. He loves to smack people around when they're trying to get this golden banana. So if you get smacked by Patrick, it can be a little punishing if you get disoriented, but yeah. So just expect that sometimes you'll get smacked by him, and he's kind of annoying. Alright, so after you've done that, oops, I was holding the wrong direction. You want to sort of swim up here, enter the tag barrel, and tag Lanky Kong. Alright. So here, we're going to swim down. Lanky's is just the one that's number 4, so right next to Tiny's on the left side of the ship. So just swim through vertical walls in there. Also, by the way, I should mention that swim through vertical walls only works on a certain plane per loadings, or per area you enter, so it'll only work on like one specific plane. So if I try to swim through vertical walls here, sometimes it won't work, but if I swim through vertical walls on another wall over there, that's the certain direction where you can swim, then yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, you can get crystals here. Just sort of swim in there, get the golden banana, and then swim out. Pretty easy. So from here, you want to go to your left over here, and then go to this big ship. This big sunken ship. So we're gonna do. This is another little route difference between N64 and VC. So we can swim through vertical walls into Lanky's 2-door ship area, which is the little lower gate that we saw coming in here. So yeah, we can swim through here, but the thing is, since it's not completely vertical, we're gonna have a little trouble swimming in here. So what we can do is we can sort of shift our camera so more of the area is loaded, and so that'll give us more lag and it can push us through. So I'm gonna try to demonstrate this right now. So C up, you'll sort of clip in, but not really. Then sort of come around with your pointer finger, and then tap C left, so that your camera will turn, and that the lag will sort of push you through there. And so then you'll wind up right here, and you can just enter. But one thing you do have to do on Virtual Console, since there's less lag, you can't really do this strat. So what you have to do is you have to swim through vertical walls down here, since you know the plane rule. So you can only do it on certain planes. So you swim through vertical walls down here and then just come up and around. So as soon as you swim through there, you see up because the void zone is really tight right there, and then you sort of alter your direction and get under the ship, and then just swim in there. This method is kind of hard because the camera is a little screwy sometimes. But yeah, so if you're having problems with the lag method, it's totally respectable to do this method on N64 as well. So yeah, from there, when you're in the ship, you can just swim in through the bottom. But yeah, I'm just going to demonstrate this method one more time, so make sure you're swimming through vertical walls. So you want to angle yourself a little bit right, so he sort of slides toward the right, like this. And so then just, yeah, sometimes your camera won't turn very well, so you have to do it again. Sometimes you might slide right too much. So yeah, just keep tapping C left until your camera turns, and then you should clip in, and then you can just go right to the loading zone. Alright, so from here, we're going to do more swim through vertical walls. You guessed it, because there's so much water, which means so much swim through vertical walls. So, yeah, on the wall to our right here, we're just going to swim through vertical walls, right here. Then immediately after we clip, we're going to C up, and then angle ourselves all the way left, just so the camera doesn't screw us over. And, yeah, we can swim in and then get this GB. Sometimes if you go through the top of that GB, then the hitbox just won't show up, because the hitbox is actually not as big as the GB appears. So you want to be, you want to aim for the bottom of that golden banana, because that's where the hitbox actually is. So anyways, just swim through vertical walls here, and then pivot, or after you clip, go all the way to the left again, just so make sure you know where you are. And we're going to actually exit through Tiny's exit instead of back through the way we came, because it's faster. So yeah, just go completely parallel with the room after you've adjusted your angle, and then with luck, if you're not too far out of bounds, be wary of getting too far out of bounds there. So yeah, if you're not too far out of bounds, and you go completely parallel with the wall, you should wind up here, and then you can just exit through the ceiling. Woo! Alright, so now we're gonna go to Treasure Room. We need to go here for DK's Kasplat in this level, and this is why we get the, why you can get the instrument here, because he can knock you off. So we're gonna do a little bit of a harder trick here. Well, it's not that hard once you know what to do, but it can give you problems. So I'm gonna do my best to explain it. This is called chest kick, so it's a moon kick, but it doesn't really work like a lot of other moon kicks. So yeah, just swim through vertical walls in here and tag DK, and then come over to this chest. And I'm gonna shortly explain how this works. So you see that DK's Kasplat up there? We need that. Well, one thing I should explain is that the reason why we have to get all these Kasplats is because, one, you can turn them in for a fast golden banana that snides, but also, to get out of MMM, you have to collect all 40 blueprints, then play one of Snide's minigames, and then exit. That's the only way you can get out of MMM, so you can reset your console with having it saved. And I'll explain why we need to get all the 40 blueprints and save our game so we can reset and have the game still save later. That's going to come towards the end of the run. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to, from the water, we're going to come up here, and then we're going to just moon kick off of this chest, like so, to get up there to DK's Kasplat. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to explain this. Obio SRL has a really good demonstration of this with an input display. So if you want to check that out as a further resource on this trick, then you can. So what you want to do is you want to hold up towards this chest while holding B, because holding B on the surface makes you swim faster. So you want a lot of speed for this. And so when the water is sort of at like a medium height, like a high to medium height, you just want to hold. You want to hold A down, sort of press and hold A, and then start mashing B, holding forward all the while. So hold A and then start mashing B when DK's feet get to the chest, get to this part of the chest where you do the kick off of. And then from there you just hold down right towards the little gold tower where DK's Kasplat is. Sometimes this can be a little hard. I haven't done this trick in a while since it's not in the current route that I use. But yeah. Yeah, sometimes this slope, like this other sloped area, like right in front of where you want to do the kick, which is like up here, can sort of get in your way. So yeah, that can be kind of annoying. But yeah, medium height. And then just, you know, hold A, jump, and mash B so you can kick, so you can get up here. I'm going to try to demonstrate it one more time because, you know, again, one thing I do want to reiterate is hold forward, keep holding forward even after you get the kick for a little bit, because if you try to, pivot back before you get the kick, then it'll give you a lot of problems. And that was the problem I was having with this trick for a very long time. So just make sure you're holding forward until you actually know you've gotten the kick. God, this is giving me problems. So yeah, just expect that a lot of the tricks in this game are not very consistent. So just expect that some tricks are not going to be like 100% consistent all the time. But yeah, as soon as you can get past that, as soon as you can sort of find your own setups for stuff, it gets way easier and less punishing. So yeah, just you can play your instrument, or you can go up there and smack them around. Just as long as you get the blueprint, you're fine. So after you get the blueprint, kick down here, back to the tag barrel, tag Lanky. And then swim through vertical walls on the wall, that's parallel to the chest, and void out. So we're not quite done. We still need to get some stuff done in Galleon, but yeah, we just need to get back to the beginning of the level because we need to do some stuff there. So you can grab oranges again here if you want them. We're pretty set on oranges. So yeah, just come over here to the right, and now we are going to jump up to Lanky's Kasplat, which is in here. This is why we need the gate open. So, yeah. so you want to get over here. What we're gonna do is you're usually not supposed to get up here when the water is low, as Lanky or as any Kong really. So we're gonna have to do a pretty precise jump, and then we can ledge grab up here. So we gotta wait till the water is high, and then just jump and aerial. You gotta space it out really well. So like right here, jump and aerial, and then hold forward. This trick, I really dislike this trick. I'm just kind of bad at it. But it's definitely something you can get good at. You just kind of want to aerial at the peak of your jump. And, yeah, just, you gotta space it out well. The timing is kind of precise for it. You know, it seems like he'll grab the ledge because his, like, arms are right there, but, you know, this game is kind of dumb sometimes, so. Alright, finally, we got it. So, yeah, you kind of want to, so you just jump, and then at the peak of your jump, you want to hold towards the plank, and then aerial. So it can be kind of difficult, but once you get the timing down, again, I haven't done this trick in a while, but once you get the timing down, it's definitely doable. So here, right now, if you don't want this to splat to shockwave you, this is one of the acceptable times where you know, it's okay to use Lanky's gun here, because he can shockwave you, and yeah, it can be pretty unfun. So yeah, just spam a whole bunch of grapes into him until he's dead, or you can just go over there. But this is the safe trap I like to use here, just so I don't get knocked off, like what almost just happened. All right, so after you get the blueprint, gross how you get it. You want to go over. You want to go like parallel to this little what do you call it? Like a little ramp here that's underwater, and you just want to swim through vertical walls here. So as soon as you clip, you want to go perpendicular to the slope. You just swam by. And so, yeah, and then if you go completely perpendicular to that, it should wind you up in the lighthouse area. So from here, you want to go down and then enter unguard. Remember to skip some text here for first time unguard text. And then you're just going to go all the way to the bottom on, yeah, just go all the way to the bottom. Not down there, but yeah, you want to go down here by the palace. And then hit this open, and then detransform as unguard, and collect the GB. Sometimes you can get it in the cutscene if you position it right, but you don't always get that, so that's fine. Alright, anyways, come over to this tag barrel to your right, and tag Diddy Kong. And so, yeah, we're getting towards the end of Galleon here. It is kind of a long level, and it can be kind of trolly sometimes, but you can get through it. It's not that bad. So yeah, after that, you just want to go up this wall that you're right by, after you tag Diddy, and kill this guy. You can be a little low on ammo here, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend using ammo for him there, but you can if you please. So yeah, just kill that guy. Then come down here, and we're gonna raise the water. So yeah. Oh, oops, oopsies. Yeah, so we just need to raise the water here so we can turn in some blueprints at Snides. So yeah, all the splats we've been collecting will go towards Snide, and for each blueprint we collect, we can get a free golden banana. So we're gonna turn in Diddy's here, and there's some first-time text that comes up. So yeah, just remember to skip that. I guess this is a good time to talk about why we need all 40 blueprints. I mentioned it briefly when we were doing Chest Kick. So the reason why we need this is because so the only way to get out of MMM and still save your game is to collect all 40 blueprints, then play one of Snide's minigames, and then fail it. And that will take you out of MMM, and it'll put you back into adventure mode so you can save your game and then reset your console. And so, yeah, I'm not really sure on the reason why that works, but it just that's just how you get out of MMM while still playing in your file. So that's why we need all 40 blueprints, so we can unlock Snide's minigame menu. So the reason why we need to reset our console is because in Hideout Helm, once you get to the last key of the game, key 8, it's stored. It's not like a boss key, so it's just stored in a. It's stored in like a room, and there's no real easy way to get out of that room without resetting the console, just a hard reset. And so if you reset the console in MMM, then you lose all your progress. So yeah, we just need to save. Yeah, that's why we reset, so we can save. That's why we can reset out of Helm and save our game. But yeah, there are routes that don't get all 40 blueprints that escape from Helm somehow, but those are more harder routes, and we're not going to go over them right now. Also, I completely forgot to mention this, so just turn in Tiny's and Diddy's blueprints here. That's what you want to do. Okay, alright, my apologies about that. Anyways, so just turn in Diddy's and Tiny's blueprints here. You should have 48 afterwards. Yeah, and so from here, you want to take Tiny, and you want to take Warp 3 right here. This is why we tagged it at the beginning, because Tiny's blueprint is right over here. And we couldn't get that at the beginning, because we weren't Tiny. So, yeah, what I like to do is kick, slide, jump, ponytail, twirl over here, so I can land on his head, hopefully. Sometimes he shockwaves, and he's just a jerk like that, though. So, yeah, that was a super weird camera. So, yeah, just knock this guy down, and then we're gonna void out of bounds by doing the same portal clip that we did at the beginning, but instead of going... Oh, crap. Oops. Something you don't want to do. Don't want to fall off. You want to be on the center of the planks. So, yeah, but the fastest way to get out of here is to do the same portal clip we did, but instead of, like, going to another area, we just void out of bounds. So just get up here and then long jump, and the void zone's, like, right there. That was super glitchy. Whoa, what was that? That was hilarious. I've never seen that camera like that before. Anyways, you can get oranges here, but yeah, after that, you're just done with Galleon. That was crazy. I've never seen the camera behave like that before, and I've never seen, like, all of that stuff. Anyways, so just come out here, go right to this back wall, and then we're gonna swim through vertical walls in this little area, where Tiny's golden banana is in this level lobby. Alright, so just collect it, and right by this torch here, that's to our right, that's where the swim through vertical walls plane is, so we're just gonna void out, and then it'll bring us back to the beginning of the lobby where we can exit. So just turn around. Alright, so here is some soft lock potential, and I will tell you that it is optional, but it is faster to do non-soft lock potential, or to do soft lock potential. So the goal of this is to get to this cage golden banana in here. So normally you just get Tiny's gun and then open it that way. But that is actually slower. There is a method we can do this faster. So we can do a similar swim through shores, kind of like the backup strat I showed you guys for Llama Temple. So if you don't get skew. So we can swim through shores under Banana Fairy Island and then collect the golden banana from like under the cage. And so that'll skip the dance for us. But the problem is with that, if you get inside the cage after collecting the golden banana, then it's very difficult to get out, to the point the only way to get out on Virtual Console and N64 is to do a quadruple frame perfect trick, all of the inputs of which have to be back to back. And it's called phase walking. Works similarly to swim through vertical walls, but it's just way harder. So that's the only way you can get out of this cage. So just take your time with it if you don't want to phase walk out. It's really, really hard. There's no phase walks currently in this route, thank God, because it's pretty difficult. So yeah, just if you don't want to risk it, then you can just hit this switch here, and that'll be fine. You can just hit the gun switch. But yeah. So I'm gonna show you how to do the non-soft lock method, or the soft lock method, I guess. Not the method that actually soft locks your game, but just has the potential to. So after you swim out of the Galleon lobby, you want to go like sort of at this angle, then dive and just mash the hell out of B. And you want to keep mashing B until Tiny is completely under Banana Fairy Island. You can kind of gauge that with her shadow, if you can see that. So yeah, then just swim over to this cage. Be careful. You want to get under the GB, but don't get too far back, because then you'll inbounds. So yeah, grab it through the floor like that. You can sort of see, like, where Tiny is, I guess, in the floor. So you can gauge, like, where to grab the GB. So after that, just don't get in that cage. Please do not. It's so, so bad, because your run is, unless you're good at phase walking, then your run's pretty much over. I'm sorry, but, yeah. So then get out of here, and then take warp 5. Sorry, I keep hitting my headphones. Anyways, tag Lanky here, and now we're gonna go over and get some of his stuff. So we're going to do an interesting swim through walls method, which is sort of like a combination between swim through shores and swim through vertical walls. So you want to get to this platform, or like this face of the little Lumsy island with the box on it, where I am right now. And so what you want to do for this swim through walls, I guess I should tell you the goal of this first. The goal of this is to sort of do a similar thing that we did in Banana Fairy Island, but to get this cage GB under here. So we can sort of do a sneaky little swim through shores / vertical walls here and then get under. under there. So yeah, what to do this one, what you do is you C up, then exit C up, and a little bit after, I guess it doesn't really matter after, you just dive and mash B after you C up. So C up, exit C up, wait for a second, and then dive and mash B. And you sort of go through like that. So after that, after you clip through like a little bit, you want to hold back and hold A so you can surface and you don't clip under. You don't inbounds under. So after this, now that you've done this, you'll see that I'm sort of hitting a barrier here when I want to get into, like, you know, past this little Lumsy wall and by the cage. So you just have to sort of jump around that. And so now you're sort of free to roam inside here. And so what you want to do here is sort of a similar thing, just sort of jump where you think the golden banana is. So for this one, you want to be towards the front of the cage, but you want to make sure Lanky is facing the towards the back of the cage, like he is now. You can sort of see his arms. He's facing the back. And so then, just sort of get to the front of the cage and sort of barely inch your way up to the GB, and then you get it. So yeah, it's your angle, like, make sure you're facing towards the back of the cage. That's very important. But the good news is if you get in here, it's not a soft lock, so don't worry. So if I'm in here, what I can do is I can stick my gun through here and then hit the switch from inside. So yeah, I can sort of stick my gun out and then hit the switch from inside the cage. So it's not a soft lock if you have enough ammo. It's pretty risky to do. So yeah, don't actually jump in that cage. That's bad. But what you want to do here, if you don't inbounds there, which is ideal, so from you're in the cage, I'm just sort of gonna set it up again. Oh really? Dang it. That means if you press B too late, then you'll sort of clip under it, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. Alright, so now we're under, get past the sort of faux barrier here. Alright, once we collect this golden banana, just head towards the back of the cage, and then you can enter the Lumsy loading zone from inside Lumsy's island. And if not, if you inbounds in the cage, you can just go around and then, yeah, just go around. It's pretty self-explanatory then. So from here, we're going to go off to our right and get this orang stand barrel. So skip the first time text. So we're going to try to open that little banana that was in the cage I was just by. So we're going to go over here, hit the switch, and then immediately turn back. And so then just run to the banana. You can do some sort of, like, I guess shortcuts here on the slope, but make sure you do this before turning in keys. It's faster that way because after you turn in keys, it sets you back to the beginning of the sends you back to the beginning, or like the exit to Lumsy's, so it just saves some movement time. But yeah, after that, after you get the golden banana, just head in and turn in key 4. Yeah, it's a bit more relaxed than the other levels. So after you've done that, get all the GBs and turn in the key. Go here and tag Chunky. So take warp 1, tag Chunky. After that, you want to take warp 5 as Chunky. And so, yeah, get some crystals here if you want, but yeah, we're just going to go straight ahead and swim to this little green island, because this is where the hunky chunky barrel is that we spawned earlier as Tiny Kong, when we entered Factory. So yeah, just hop in this, skip the first time text, and then we're going to keep on heading forward to the pound the X, which is on that little platform there. So the fastest way to swim is Chunky that's not dive swimming, which is not faster for some cases, is to just hold B, hold forward, and then do full jumps. So yeah, we're not going to go right to this pound the XGB, which we just spawned. We're going to do a little swim through shores first, and then get Chunky's cage GB. So you kind of want to go at this angle, because there's like a cage with a golden banana in it, like right there, right in the middle of my screen. That's to the right of the waterfall. So we're going to swim through shores under it. So like dive right around here, and then keep mashing B. And then just keep mashing B and slowly hold up, and you should be like right under it. Perfect. Okay. So, where did it go? Dang it. Sometimes it can get lost on you. Alright, here it is. So then just, oops, I'm not surfaced. So just head back here, make sure Chunky's under it, and then just jump. So if you get inbounds in that cage, it's not a soft lock either. You can just jump out, jump aerial in one of the corners, and you should clip out pretty easily. It is kind of slow though. But anyways, after you've done that, you'll fall down, just get back in the water, and then swim to the big rock that you broke and collect this GB. So then we're going to go off to our left and enter this barrel. Why did I say barrel? This cannon, which is going to take us to Fungi. So yeah, if you you don't have to detrans there. The game will de-transform you automatically. So from here, tag DK and enter Fungi. That is not DK. That is Tiny. My bad. Oh, oops, I'm stupid. All right, so yeah. Now we're getting into Fungi. All right.